I'm wondering as a fan, so you guys are off to a 10-12 start, which I think is probably from a fan perspective, maybe a little bit better than we expected. But from a GM perspective, what has surprised you for this first month of the season, if anything?
Well, I think it's what has I wouldn't say surprising, but what has been a good ripple effect of what we tried to do in spring training is we've really run the bases aggressively, and that's what we wanted of this team. Sometimes too aggressively, run ourselves out of innings, run into outs, and that type of thing. But we're building a basis throughout the organization. Now we're going to be a base running team, a base stealing team, an aggressive team on the bases, and really give the opposition something to think about. When they come in to play us, they're going to say, this team pitches well, they play defense well, they've got some power, but they're going to run the bases aggressively and play the game the right way. And I think that we've really tried to, try to pound that into not only the big league club, but throughout the organization.
Mike, one of those guys running the bases aggressively, like you mentioned, is Luis Garcia Jr. He leads you guys in average at 318. He's got 5 swipes. Leads you in doubles, too, with 7. So you have to be pleasantly surprised by what he's done thus far.
Yeah, he's really Darnell and Chris Johnson and he have worked diligently this throughout since January to kind of refine his stroke, to refine his approach at the plate, and it's no secret with Luis since he's been with us, since we signed the kid, is that when he gets pitches in the strike zone, he can really hit. And when he gets in trouble, he chases and gets out of the strike zone. So the constant with Louis is to keep him focused in and zoned in on the strike zone, what pitches he can handle the best, and that's really a byproduct of our hitting people. Sitting down with them each and every day before the games and really map out a strategy for each individual pitcher that we're going to face. So, congrats to him. He worked really, really hard this offseason and through spring training. And I think Darnell and CJ have done a great job with him to kind of refine that thought process and to really get his swing where he's staying on the baseball, using the whole field, not trying to be pull happy. And I think he's seeing the results of that work, which is fun for a player to work really hard and then see those results quickly at the beginning of the season and kind of can take you through the middle and hopefully a full season of success.
All right, Riz, let's talk about my guy. I love him. He's on both of my fantasy teams. CJ Abrams, he had 3 hits last night. Currently batting .316. He's third in the bigs in slugging behind Shohei and Marcell Ozuna.
Wow.
And Ozuna's got 9 bombs. Shohei hit, number 7 last night or number 6? So Abrams is getting it done, lead off. When he gets on base, he's obviously a stolen base threat. I heard Jim Duquette on his radio show the other day say he predicts Abrams will be a 30-50 guy. And maybe not this year, but at some point. Very soon. Talk about Abrams, what you're noticing about him at the dish, just in terms of his discipline and why he's off to such a good start.
Well, he's a talented player. He could really hit. He's got leverage in his swing. He's got bat speed and all the intangibles that it takes to hit. I think the turning point for him was last season around June. He and Louis were both scuffling mightily, trying to get a routine in the big leagues and trying to figure out, this thing that is Major League Baseball, the everydayness of it. Mm-hmm. And I remember, we sat down with CJ and had a nice meeting with him and said, hey, this is what I expect of you, and this is how you need to conduct yourself. And several players took him under his wing and really showed him how to prepare, get a routine as a major league player. And I know Ricky Gutierrez has been very instrumental in his defensive work. Darnell has worked with him a lot in the batting cages. But for he and for Louis, both 23-year-old, middle infielders at the major league level, it's so imperative for them to get themselves a routine each and every day. You come to the ballpark, you do your stretch, you do your defensive drills, your offensive drills, you do your tee work, and just keep it consistent day in and day out. Whether you've gone 10 for 10 in the last couple of games or over 10, be the same guy each and every day. And I think that you're seeing you're seeing the byproduct of that. His chase rate is down. The pitches he's swinging at are better pitches. He knows what he can handle. And I think that the pitches that he had trouble with when he first came up to the big leagues and when he played in San Diego, he's worked really, really hard to compensate for that and to overcome that. So you start with a really talented young player. Mm-hmm. You get a work ethic that is extremely good. You got an attitude of a kid that's got some swagger to him, that wants to be great, doesn't want to settle to be good. And I think that you're kind of seeing this guy scratch the surface of what he could possibly be as a player.